I'm no good at English. What's the point? I give up. Have you ever heard your child say something like this? Or maybe you've said things like it yourself. As a parent and a teacher, I've heard children say things like this many times before, and I've caught myself feeling the same way. Sometimes the child doesn't even say anything out loud, but they show by their behavior that they just can't do something. Maybe they give up on a task, refuse to do it, or even misbehave. Today, I would like to talk with you about why this happens and what we can do about it. Psychologists have found that some people have what they call a fixed mindset. Someone with a fixed mindset believes that people are born with certain natural abilities. They believe these abilities are unchangeable, in other words, fixed. So a person with a fixed mindset believes that they are very good or very bad at something, and it's just the way they are. People with a fixed mindset avoid tasks they find difficult, get upset when they make mistakes, and worry about how they look in front of others. On the other hand, it is also possible to have what is called a growth mindset. Someone with a growth mindset believes that abilities can change with time. These people think that they can improve their abilities by learning new ways to solve problems, working hard, and accepting help. Which type of person do you think enjoys learning more? Which type of person do you think tends to achieve more at school? No surprise, people with a growth mindset tend to be happier and attain more than those with a fixed mindset. Sadly, our children are often influenced to have a fixed mindset. Even young children are frequently graded, tested, and compared to their peers. From a young age, they think they know what they are good at and what they are bad at. But the great news is that a mindset isn't fixed. In fact, everyone actually has qualities of both a fixed and a growth mindset. But over time, the balance can change from one to the other. As a parent, you are the most influential person in your child's life. You might think they are more concerned with what their friends or teachers think, but in reality, it's your view of your child that counts the most. So if you develop a growth mindset and encourage your child to do the same, you can help them move away from a fixed mindset. Here are some things you can do to help. Teach your child to accept help. Of course, we don't want our children to become overly dependent, but help them accept and even seek suggestions on how to solve problems. Model this behavior yourself. If you're doing a tricky task, ask someone for advice and act on it. Discourage comparison with others. People with fixed mindsets are overly concerned with appearing capable or clever in comparison with others, so avoid comparing your child to their peers. If they got their test results, for example, don't focus on whether they came top of the class or whether their score was higher than one of their other friends. Teach your child to deal with disappointment. People with a growth mindset don't mind making mistakes and see them as ways to learn and improve. So don't express disappointment with your child if they get something wrong. Help them analyze the mistake and learn from it. Look for new ways to do things. Help your child be a creative problem solver. If they make a mistake or fail at a task, talk to them about what went wrong and how they could try to do it differently next time. For example, if your child is struggling to remember a point of grammar they learned in class, you might say, "Let's watch the class video again." Or, "Let's find the chapter in your textbook about that." Offer process praise. When your child does a good job, praise them liberally. Try to focus on how they completed the task, not just the fact that they finished it. For example, you might say, "Wow, you worked really hard on that." "You never gave up." Or, "Your practice really paid off." Promote strong role models. Remember that your child's most important role model is you. So try to be an example of someone with the mindset you want your child to cultivate. Children with a growth mindset tend to achieve more. They're less afraid of getting things wrong. They have better self-esteem and better behavior. So it makes sense to help your child cultivate a growth mindset. Remember, if you notice signs of a fixed mindset in your child, don't give up. Mindsets can change quite quickly with the right influences. What have you done to promote a growth mindset for your children? Share your thoughts in the comments below.